It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the big diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. Tonight, it'll be the San Antonio Spurs going up against the Miami Heat at American Airlines Arena. For Miami, they haven't forgotten the fact that this team swept them last year in the regular season. This is a game they had circled going in. And Eric Spoelstra, guiding the Heat since 2008. Some people thought he'd be too inexperienced to handle the big three. But Kenny, he's done a terrific job the whole way through.
No one outworks him. Intense, driven, competitive. I really like him. And he was a young coach when he started, and now he's a veteran, seasoned coach and expects the same from his players.
Well, I've played for him, and he definitely manages egos well, gets his players to buy in and accept their roles, doing an excellent job.
What was it like playing for him?
I don't remember.
Time now for tip-off. Kevin Harlan will have the call. We'll see you later.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
We're in a place they call the American Airlines Arena in downtown Miami, Florida. Right on the water, the home of the Heat, where we're broadcasting live today. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. For the Miami Heat, they won their last contest, that game against the Pistons in Detroit. And there wasn't much question as to how that game was going to turn out. They absolutely put the hammer down on them.
Executed on the road, stayed focused, stayed consistent with who you are as a team.
Such a confidence builder to go on the road and be able to dictate the tempo, the style of play, keep your identity. They were able to do that here.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the floor for San Antonio, Gay is the 3 with Aldridge at the 4. Murray and DeRozan in the backcourt together. And it's Gasol at the pivot spot manning the middle. Hassan Whiteside, a max player for the Miami Heat, but I've heard some analysts say, Brent, that they question whether he's a Miami Heat type of player. Why is that?
Well, the Heat are built around a pretty much maniacal work ethic. There's a lot of grinders, and you look at Whiteside as a draft prospect. He worked out for the Heat and actually walked out midway through a workout, yet they stuck with him, they kept tabs on him, and they brought him in, and they've paid him handsomely to be out there and be impactful. That's got to be on a nightly basis. Kind of a ticky-tack foul there, but you have to be aware that's how the refs are going to blow the whistle tonight.
A steal. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. Richardson gets a wide open look. No good on the 3. And here's Gasol. He'll bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. Murray kicks to Gasol. Outside DeRozan. And finished off by DeRozan.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Yeah, it's funny how you see so many picks, but this one sets up the defense well. No one rotates over. Bang.
And Miami has possession following the bucket by the Spurs. Right wing. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Dragic from outside. DeMar DeRozan grabs the board. For San Antonio, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's how you attack. Wow.
In his prime, Rudy Gay would throw down some hellacious dunks, and that time gets in for another one. Still part of his arsenal.
Now here's Dragic, coming off a stellar performance against Detroit. Deep. A rebound by the Spurs. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
And this is why depth is so important. You know, next man up, and it's pretty much the philosophy for every good team in our league.
Well, you're going to have injuries. You're going to have nights where there's foul troubles or the starters just struggle. So you need a strong bench to remain consistent in this league.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. Brent, you played for 14 seasons. What kind of off-season training did you do personally to keep in shape?
I had a great trainer in Southern California that I would go home to every year and work on different things. It was funny, Kevin, because as you get a little bit older, you can be a little more specific with how you train. You understand how you're going to be used, the type of minutes you're going to play, so it can be a little bit more specialized. I'm not sure if I could tell you this, but I surfed a lot in the off season.
Balance.
Core, right?
Core balance.
All right,
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you. Check box.
Here's Johnson after the basket by San Antonio. Here's Richardson. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Yeah, it's 7'1", and with the type of length that Whiteside has in terms of his vertical reach, so hard to stop on the inside.
Murray kicks to Aldridge. Pass to Gay. Back to Aldridge. And the dunk by Aldridge.
Well, he's like a fumbling banker right now, dropping dimes with ease. I like how well he led his teammate on that possession.
And Miami has possession. 4-point game. On this matchup with the Spurs, it's their first meeting of the season.
Yeah, and they put up a goose egg last year when they played this team twice.
Here's Magruder. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. It's going to be on Rudy Gay.
Well, Johnson's tenacity meter right now redlining. He loves taking the punishment and finishing through it.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And guys, you might remember that he was not at his best from the foul line in their last outing.
And that one falls for Johnson.
Well, traditionally such an accurate three-point shooting team, the Spurs last year in a bit of a funk finished 26th in three-point percentage. That's after being first in the league 4 out of the last 8 years.
And it's DeRozan missing. And here's Dragic. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. They trail by 1. Pass to Whiteside. Shoots over DeRozan. And it's Whiteside. That time on the assist from Dragic. And talking about the Spurs last season, Brett, much of their offense was running through LaMarcus Aldridge.
He had a remarkable year. Maybe his best year of his career. He looked so much more comfortable in his role. And without Kawhi Leonard, they leaned on him a ton. I think he enjoyed that. He responded with a great year. And you got to fight through things like this right now. His team needs him to shoot better. He's just had a tough quarter.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Murray kicks to Gasol. Looking for Aldridge. He gets it there to end the run. Johnson with the defensive effort.
You got to make that. The defense was far from terrible, but man, that's an easy shot.
Dragic with a wide open look. Buries it from three-point range. Dragic has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. And Josh Richardson at the University of Tennessee was a pre-med student, plans on becoming a surgeon. But when the NBA became a possibility, he said he had to switch to an easier major.
And instead of spending 4 hours a day studying, he put that time into the gym. The terrific defender in college, was the two-time All-SEC defensive player. And with the newfound focus on basketball, he has blossomed as a scorer.
Murray. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. They get Hassan Whiteside.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
San Antonio shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. And he knocks down the first one.
Well, this Heat organization has had such a great run of success under their owner, Mickey Arison, and what Pat Riley has done to pour the foundation of the culture around Miami. This is not a team that likes to throw away any chance to compete, or any season for that matter.
No one covering. Richardson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Murray dishes to Gay. Here's Aldridge. Out to DeRozan. Puts up a 3. Good, and Aldridge gets the assist. DeRozan's got 5 points so far.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
And memories of the Big 3 era of Bosh and Wade and LeBron James still fresh, Brent, in the memory of the Heat organization.
Well, more fresh in the memory of the fans of the Miami Heat. The organization trying to do their best to move forward and move on. Of course, that team 4 straight finals appearances, won 2 NBA championships. They want to get back to that level. They know they got to find some talent and some diamonds in the rough, and trying to figure out a path to get there.
Richardson against Gay. Now here's Richardson, guarded closer, and Rudy Gay picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's his second foul already, and that's going to force him to tone down his aggression defensively.
Wade, he's checked in for Rodney Magruder. And San Antonio with the change here too. Berton is checked in. Murray against Dragic. Shot clock at 6. Kicks it out to Johnson. Lets it go. Miami no good on that time either.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Murray no good.
Credit the defense, wisely avoiding fouling the shooter. Don't want to give up a personal there. And he made him attempt a difficult layup.
Now here's Dragic. And it's Wade in the corner. Shoots over DeRozan. And DeRozan sends it back. To the inside. Gay. It's hauled in by Richardson.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time he chose wisely.
Now here's Murray. After the miss from Goran Dragic, Berton passes to Murray. And it's all evened up. Murray's got 6 points. Here's Dragic. Now a timeout called by Miami. With today's superstars often joining forces, Brent, we hear some retired legends saying they wanted to beat their rivals, not join their rivals. What do you think?
I saw a lot of joining going on from some of the guys who make those comments, Kevin. So That sort of stuff just eludes me as to where it's coming from. This league has always been dominated by teams that have at least two, if not three, upper echelon
superstar players.
Superstar players that end up winning titles. So it's happening now. It happened then. It will continue to happen.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Bam Adebayo is checked in for Whiteside. Kelly Olynyk comes in for James Johnson. And it's Justin Winslow in for Richardson. Pirtle, he's checked in for San Antonio. Bellinelli comes in for Rudy Gay. Here's Murray after the made shot from Goran Dragic. Murray with it. Now guarded by Dragic and DeRozan. Here we go. Bellinelli against Olynyk from the baseline. And another basket for San Antonio.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Dragic kicks to Olynyk. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. Dragic has got 3 assists in the game. San Antonio trailing here. Now here's Murray. He's got 6. Outside DeRozan. To the wing right side. Bertans can't get it to go. Miami's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Wade kicks to Winslow. Floats one. Out to Wade. DeRozan against Winslow. And he banks in the layup. And the Heat lead by 4.
Like to see Justice Winslow doing great work on the interior like that.
And there's the pass to Bertans. Back to Murray. Here's Bellinelli. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And Marco Bellinelli, a player who has always been able to light it up from outside.
And Belly has been on so many teams in his career, but is always a wanted commodity due to his shooting. Very quick and easy way to add outside shooting to a team. He can honestly play a long time just on how badly teams need shooting in our league.
Shoot 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And Brett, of course, you won a championship with the Spurs back in 2005 and 2007. Talk about the differences between those two teams.
Well, the similarities are more what I would go with, Kevin. 2005, it was a year where we leaned on Timmy a ton to beat a very physical, rough and rugged Pistons team who had won 6 Eastern Conference Finals. Maybe Manu Ginobili was the MVP of that series, by the way. And in 2007, the younger guys had grown up. We beat the Cavs 4-0, and that was LeBron James just putting on a show to get into the Eastern Conference Finals, beating that same Detroit team.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play. The Heat have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
Free throw drops for Goran Dragic. And Goran Dragic, a slippery lefty out of Slovenia.
At his peak, a phenomenal offensive player. He doesn't hit that peak every season, though. And now in his 30s, we'll see how long he can extend his prime.
Murray, no good.
You can see how clued in the defense is to take away those mid-range shots and challenge. Solid at getting a hand up in the face of the scorer.
Goran Dragic started his career in Phoenix under the mentorship of Steve Nash.
Well, he still loves to push the pace and Still loves to attack the paint. We'll see if he can be an effective player in his late 30s, the way that Steve Nash led his teams.
And he can't get the first one. You love a good mid-range game. We don't see it that much, but I know you have a couple guys you think have a pretty strong mid-range game.
You know, Chris Paul still has dominated the mid-range, Kevin. It was interesting because him joining the Houston Rockets, who it's all about threes and layups, Daryl Morey, I think, recognized we need somebody that can come off the pick and roll and make those kind of plays happen, not only at the rim for Capella, but shoot it himself. So Chris Paul still dominates in the mid-range. Kawhi Leonard has shown some skills at the mid-range, even though last year, obviously, just 9 games. He's still a dangerous weapon. It'll be interesting to see if that's still part of his arsenal for this season. And then C.J. McCollum has been one of the best mid-range scorers in the league for the Portland Trailblazers over the past couple of seasons.
And at full speed, he still has the wherewithal to get himself in good position.
Yeah, the snap decisions right there, reading the situation on the move and then making the right choice.
Here is Forbes. 12 points his last outing. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, this Heat team is a collection of a hodgepodge of players, just interesting combinations, guys who can switch all over the floor. But I think they're still trying to find out what their role is. Who's going to end up stepping up to be the scorer that they lean on, and they try to be greater than the sum of their parts under Eric Spoelstra. Some nights they are.
First free throw is good. And the Heat culture, not for everyone certainly, intense practices, a lot of preparation, demanding fitness standards. There's a lot to digest.
Well, Pat Riley is still around, isn't he, Kevin? So with that fact, Eric Spoelstra doesn't stray too far from what it is that brought Pat Riley a ton of success in Miami in setting up that culture and that sort of work mentality on a daily basis. You got to be tough, and you got to be willing to work if you're in Miami. Kevin, these are easy points. Remember, free throws.
Here's Wade, and it's Miami with another.
And the mid-range jump shot is something Dwayne Wade has really perfected throughout his career.
Spurs trail by 7. Here is Forbes. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. One constant for the San Antonio Spurs, the ability to protect the rim.
Well, they do it on 2 levels. You have guys moving their feet. They get in great position defensively. And then you have 6 straight years where the Spurs have been top 10 in block shots. I think that would surprise a lot of people.
He's off on the second.
Well, the Heat take great pride in what they try to do defensively, their activity, their awareness, their alertness. Well, this team, as they grow, right now they're committing a ton of fouls. Well, that comes with the territory about learning some of these schemes and trying to be as physical as they like to be.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
And here's Mills from the arc. Rebound by the Heat. Adebayo's got his 4th rebound in this one. Winslow finds Olynyk. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here is Forbes. Over Ellington. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
Now, defense certainly wasn't bad, but they've got to be a little bit quicker on contesting the shot.
And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Miami ahead. They're up by 6. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. The NBA game drawing fans from every culture. And Pau Gasol definitely feeling the love from the Spanish and Latino community.
I always notice the fans that support us and make us feel, pretty much since I got to the NBA, all the Latino fans showed a lot of love and support towards me, so I appreciate it.
The game going global, and no better ambassador than Pau Gasol.
And as the players grow more international, fans from every country and continent, for that matter, finding more and more reason to root for the NBA.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1/4 of action so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
Yeah, it didn't take them long to get that transition game going.
Well, that's a quick way to build the lead. But, Greg, can they sustain this kind of effort all night long? We'll see.
On the floor for San Antonio, they've got Bellinelli. Mills out there with Pirtle, and it's Forbes in at the 2.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
The Spurs have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
When you look at what the Spurs went through last year, it just was not a pretty season. Just not something, that we've seen from the Spurs in 25 years. Still clinched the playoff berth, and that was their 21st season in a row.
Now here's Olynyk. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Pistons in Detroit. Wade passes to Adebayo. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Just a stellar job from Dwayne Wade there, threading the needle with that pass and finding his teammate in a perfect position to finish off that screen.
And that Spurs run started back in 1998. A lot of those players are now in their 50s.
You have great names like David Robinson, Chuck Person, Avery Johnson, Will Perdue, Vinny Del Negro, all past the half-century mark. And I'm sorry, guys, Kevin Harlan was the one who talked about you guys being that old.
And so it's Mills who will bring it up for San Antonio. It's a 10-point game. Inside. And now it's Ellington running. He can go all the way. Finish off the break. Ellington's got his first bucket of the night.
And offensively, they've done a great job here of staying in rhythm.
Well, they've been the better shooting team throughout the first half because of their patience and because of their shot selection.
Now here's Mills. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Olynyk with the steal. On the wing, Ellington uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Heat lead by 14.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Here is Forbes. Ellington defending. Over to the wing. Shot to stop the run. Here's Pirtle. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Pirtle's got his first points of the game.
And Pirtle is always a threat to come away with offensive rebounds thanks to his amazing timing, especially when the D fails to box him out.
Now here's Olynyk. He's got 5. Here's Adebayo. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got his 4th rebound in this one. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Hassan Whiteside continues to develop. Now, Miami coach Eric Spoelstra said it's got nothing to do with his stats. He's going to do that no matter what. It's about making winning plays and caring more about his teammates than he cares about himself. Now he can lead in a different way because he has the respect of the locker room. Kevin?
Terrific, DA. Thank you. The one thing when you watch Patty Mills play, Brent, he is great at anticipating what is about to happen.
Well, it's obviously most noticeable when he's off the ball. A good sense of when to slip a screen or change pace a little bit to get some space. Very natural sense of spacing the floor and being set up for the three-point shot.
Free throw good. Mills.
Really a great free throw shooter. It's unfortunate Mills gets to the line infrequently, partly because of the minutes.
And a new group getting ready for Miami. Whiteside's checked in for Adebayo. Johnson comes in for Kelly Olynyk. Rodney McGruder's checked in for Winslow. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Dwayne Wade. The Spurs also changing it up. Pau Gasol's checked in for Jakob Poeltl. LaMarcus Aldridge comes in for Bertans. And Rudy Gay is subbed in for Bellinelli. And it's McGruder missing. Spurs trail by 11. To the paint. It's stolen by Johnson. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, easy call.
The Heat have made 2 and missed 2 at the line tonight. The first free throw is good. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. They are now showing NBA games in virtual reality. You and I have actually seen some examples of that. They can recreate almost any angle. Have you gotten a headset?
I haven't gotten a headset, Kevin, but I have watched it. You and I have talked about it several times.
Many times.
It's an amazing experience, and it will only get better. But I really think about if I was a kid growing up in Germany or Italy, and I had an opportunity to pull on a pair of goggles and to watch the game's greatest players from a seat at half court or the cameras that they set up underneath the goal at either end. What a fantastic way to be enveloped by the NBA game.
It's a cool view.
It's a very cool view, and it's only going to get better.
Yeah.
And I like this timeout. You're getting terrible rim protection right now.
Well, you got to ask your team to give you a little bit more effort because there's just not a lot of fire on the defensive end.
So it's the Spurs now, down by 12. Back to Gay. Aldridge kicks to Forbes. With the teardrop. Gasol no good.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
Now here's Richardson, covered by Mills. Richardson with it. The fader. Here's Whiteside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And Whiteside at his size is a super tough cover for the defense, which is why they resort to fouling.
And what a story for Hassan Whiteside. A second-round pick back in 2011. He's bounced around. I mean, the G League, China. He even played over in Lebanon. It wasn't until 2015 that he emerged seemingly out of nowhere as a factor for the Miami Heat.
And he makes the first. And Whiteside in 2016 receiving a 4-year max contract, Greg, from the Heat.
Amazing how far he's come. Set the franchise record for most blocks in a game. And pretty impressive when you think of the big men who've played for the Heat. We're talking Lonzo Mourning and Shaquille O'Neal, no less.
One of the areas where we've seen Whiteside improve is that free throw percentage. Much better than when he first came into the NBA.
Now here's Aldridge. He had 13 points in the win against Orlando. On the wing, Johnson. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
I love the pace he's playing with, letting his offense come to him naturally and then building upon this lead for his team.
Gasol kicks to Forbes. Pass to DeRozan. The dish to Gasol. A 3 from Gay. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Gay's got 5 points so far.
Now, this is Rudy Gay's game, outstanding at seizing the initiative and then looking to shoot once he catches the ball.
Richardson the pass to Magruder. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Spurs trail by 13. Gay, that's good. Gay's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Oh, the balance that Rudy Gay has, outstanding job at staying in control, even when getting hit.
Miami's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Richardson kicks to Magruder. Right side against Gasol. Here's Johnson. The rebound by the Spurs. Aldridge has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Gay dishes to Gasol. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Richardson with it, now guarded by DeRozan. Richardson finds Johnson. Over Aldridge. Johnson can't get it to go.
Perfect defense, contesting without fouling, exactly what you want to do, especially deep into the paint.
It's stolen by Johnson. And the dunk by Aldridge.
I don't think LaMarcus is quite as explosive as his younger years, but still has the athleticism to get up above the rim.
Johnson outside. Takes the 13-footer, misses off the right iron.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
Oh, what a pass. And then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth. The Heat leading by 7. Richardson the pass to Johnson. Knocked loose. And oh, here we go. Gay's got it, the fast break chance. And he gets it to go. Gay's got 9.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
Now a timeout called by Miami.
Yeah, it's a good time to talk things over. Try to stop what's been a brutal run.
Yeah, he's got to use every device at his disposal at this point, and I think he wants to give other guys a breather right now.
Goran Dragic is checked in for the Heat. DeJounte Murray, he's checked in for the Spurs. And it's Dragic with the ball for the Heat. At one point, they led by 16. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home. They get it back, right side. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. Spurs trail by 5. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
For San Antonio, they have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Pretty consistent player when healthy, and nice to see Rudy Gay working back to this kind of athletic prowess.
Dragic against Murray. Magruder kicks to Whiteside. Over Gasol. Whiteside, good. Whiteside's got 4 points in the quarter. Brent, for as long as Coach Popovich has been at the top of this game, what really is there left to say?
I don't think there's much more you say on a professional level, but there's a lot to be said about the compassion and the things that Pop has done on a personal level for years behind the scenes, championing guys on his staff, supporting not only current players but former players on his team. The interesting thing for Pop the last couple of years is just how outspoken he's been in terms of the equality, not just around the NBA but around our nation, and some of the statements he's made that have garnered a lot of political attention. Greg Popovich not afraid to express some of the things that maybe deep down we all believe in.
Here's Murray following the score by James Johnson. That's good, and the Heat lead is cut down to just 4 points with the bucket from Murray.
Phenomenal use of the body there to free himself up from the defender and get a clean look at the basket.
Now Richardson, an 11-point game for him in the win against Detroit.
And what opened things up for him was his passing. He was making so many plays that the D had to play off him.
Just 5 on the clock. No good from Dragic.
That's a wide open shot. Sadly, he came up short.
Johnson kicks to Richardson. Good, and it's Johnson with the assist that time. Richardson's got 5.
Awesome seeing Richardson get a little tricky with the ball. Some fancy moves there.
Murray surveying the D. Here's DeRozan. Goes up the baseline. And that one goes long.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Passes it to Dragic. He dishes it to Richardson. Outside Dragic. And it's off from 3-point range. Spurs trail by 6.
Yeah, looking up at the scoreboard, guys, that's his 3rd foul, and his coach has to consider now sitting him down.
The Spurs have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. A different look for Miami. Olynyk, he's checked in for Johnson. Justice Winslow comes in for Richardson. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Rodney McGruder. San Antonio also making some changes. Jakob Poeltl comes in for Pau Gasol. And Davis Bertans subbed in for LaMarcus Aldridge. That one misses.
Well, it's interesting to watch him because he's putting his body on the line to get to the line. We didn't see this during the first quarter, but he's making up for it here.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
When you're playing from behind, you cannot let your opponent have things that are that easy. And that was easy.
And the Spurs with possession here. Following the score by Miami.
I think what I'd like to see from him in this quarter is getting going from the perimeter. Hit a 3 in the first, nothing in the second.
And here's Dragic. He's got 10. 6 to shoot. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's Gay. And finished off by Gay.
Now, there's been nights like this throughout Rudy Gay's career. He's back on one now.
Miami leading by 5. Wade outside. Olynyk kicks it to Winslow. Now the pass to Whiteside. Shoots over Poeltl. Off the left rim and out. Spurs trail by 5. Murray outside. Outside DeRozan. 43 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Outside for Murray. Shoots over Dragic. Murray, no good. And it's Dragic bringing up the ball for Miami. At one point, they led by 16. A nice shot by Winslow.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Now here's Murray. He's got 8. Bertans passes to DeRozan. And now Winslow pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
And Wade demonstrates once again why he is still one of the best defenders in the game.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 4 from 3-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Murray kicks to DeRozan. Over Wade. And with that, the Heat lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from DeRozan.
And his versatility on offense is so spectacular. He always finds ways to help put points up on the board.
And so it's the Miami Heat bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central part of their offense. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Greg Popovich. Pop, what do you think was the main issue during the first half?
We didn't make shots.
Thank you for that insightful analysis, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports, the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Boy, we have a lot to discuss. So it's Miami who's out on top at the half. They have a nice 7-point lead. And over to Shaq. What'd you think about Miami?
I like their commitment to that inside game, boy. Get it inside to the post. Got to be scoring in the post, splashing to the basket. Just shoot the high percentage shot. No jumpers, no threes. They're being a more aggressive team, the more physical team. They're definitely going to win this game, Ernie.
Kenny, how do you think San Antonio played?
Well, look, they turned the ball over way too much. You can't do that in the NBA. Teams are just too talented. You can't give them that many possessions. Don't give away the entire game just by giving up an extra few possessions here and there. These guys need to come with more precision in the second half.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side.
My brother.
A great look at American Airlines Arena right on the shores of Biscayne Bay as we welcome you back to Miami. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Rudy Gay having a dominant impact in this game.
Yeah, good things happen when you maintain composure. Their shot selection has been extremely disciplined.
Hey, Greg, is there a shot that he's taken that has been out of the flow of the offense? I don't think so.
Miami leading by 7. Richardson and Johnson are the forwards. Then there's Whiteside. Then there's Dragic. And it's Magruder in at the shooting guard position. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Whiteside, no good.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, maybe lazy play calling or just going through the motions on that possession. This often leads to a bad shot. Yeah, that's pretty much a perfect pass, and that's also alliteration.
Prior to the start of the last season, Aldridge signed a contract extension to stay with San Antonio, to the surprise of many. Most fans thought he wanted out.
Well, I think the Spurs bet on Aldridge turning things around a little bit. Maybe after 1 year in the system, he would find it to be a little bit more comfortable. And he ended up having one of his best seasons to date. I mean, you could include his years in Portland in that as a cornerstone for the Spurs franchise now. Sometimes just takes a clear head and a little bit of communication. And Pop and LaMarcus sat down and had that talk. And last year he had a tremendous season.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, we see new players coming into prominence for the San Antonio Spurs. Now, Greg Popovich gives his veterans credit for accepting it gracefully and helping the young guys be successful. He says it's a tribute to their character and awareness. Kevin?
They certainly have established a great culture in San Antonio. Really something. D.A., thank you. Here's Dragic following the bucket by the Spurs. Richardson, good.
And nice court vision from Dragic there to get a great look at the bucket.
Murray against Dragic. Murray kicks to DeRozan. Over in the corner, Gasol. 6 on the shot clock. Misses from the corner. The Heat leading by 5. Stolen by Gay. In transition, here come the Spurs. Puts up a 3. Aldridge can't get it to go.
You can tell just by looking at his body language that he didn't want to take that shot, although the defense was more than willing to let him attempt it.
Dragic taking his time here. And Johnson now top of the key. Here's Whiteside.
And they've only connected on 1 of 4 to start the half. Their offense is sputtering just a little bit here.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
They grabbed their own miss. The Heat have gotten just 1 of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Here's Johnson. He can't hit that time. So the Spurs will take it the other way.
They're 1 of 5 to begin this half, guys, and they have to address this problem quickly or this could get out of hand.
That's it, and the Miami lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Aldridge.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
Here's Richardson following the basket by LaMarcus Aldridge. Richardson finds Dragic. It's stolen by DeRozan. Richardson against Gay. Here's Gasol. Tries again. Murray, the pass to Gasol. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Just a little bit off in the first, but he's been anything but that here in the second quarter. Really impressive to see him turn it around like that.
Here's Magruder. Now here's Richardson. Drains it from beyond the arc. Richardson's got 10 points.
Richardson's pretty consistent at draining that 3 ball. The D can't allow him to get too comfortable while he's camped out behind the arc.
Murray kicks to DeRozan. Gasol trying to free himself up. And with that, the Heat lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from DeMar DeRozan.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
And you could try to key in on him, but that's tough. They run plays that routinely give him makeable looks.
Here's Whiteside. Rebound by Murray. Murray's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Yeah, tonight his shot's been a bit off, but still, they lead the game.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And it's Dragic with the ball for Miami. At one point, they led by 16. Pass to Magruder. The teardrop falls in. And the Heat lead by 2.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. A different look for Miami. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Whiteside. And Ellington is subbed in for Goran Dragic. Then for the Spurs, Bellinelli, he's checked in for Gay. Bryn Forbes comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Mills in for Murray. Here's Mills. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Gasol. Last year, getting it done. He averaged about 10 points a game last year. 8 rebounds and 3 assists. And he's been a rock in the middle for them over that stretch of games. Dominating the glass is his trademark.
I feel like those rebounds are wearing down and eroding the opponent. His effort right now, physically and mentally, has been good.
That one is off. And he sinks the second. The Heat have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm.
And head coach Eric Spoelstra always looking for different perspectives, looking to tweak and change certain things and constantly learning. That's a growth mindset. We hear him talk about that a lot, and it's something that he encourages not only his staff to do, but his players as well.
San Antonio's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Mills dishes to Bellinelli. Back to Mills. Over Richardson. Again, the miss by the Spurs. And the call will be against LaMarcus Aldridge. That's foul number 2 for him. And some changes here for the Heat. Kelly Olynyk comes in for James Johnson. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Rodney Magruder. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And Spoelstra assigns assistants to read books, attend clinics, and bring back reports. Always looking for new insights.
Yep, lots of paperwork on that Miami Heat coaching staff. They keep daily notes on everything from basketball to the big picture around the team. Stats, quotes, questions, all inspirational stuff. So anything they can draw a competitive advantage on or keep things positive, Spo's looking to do that.
Now here's Wade. Over Aldridge, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. They get Pau Gasol.
As soon as Dwayne Wade sells the defender with the pump fake, he's going to go right to the body, and it makes that call an easy one.
For Miami, they have shot 5 of 8 from the foul line.
Two shots.
And the first one drops. And Dwayne Wade had hoped to return to the Miami Heat. Last season, at the trade deadline, he got his wish.
And it just seems right when he's in a Miami Heat uniform. It's a second home for him, and he's back where he belongs, baby. Wade County.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
Wade is a very consistent performer from the foul line. This is why you always avoid fouling him if you can.
Here's Mills. Out to the right wing. Here's Forbes. Here's Aldridge. A second chance effort. It's hauled in by Richardson. The Heat with the lead. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Richardson's running. The shot's good from Ellington.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Ellie finds Aldridge. Gasol trying to free himself up. Aldridge, good. Aldridge has got 4 this quarter.
Guys, he can get this shot anytime he wants.
You bet. With his height, not many defenders are going to challenge that mid-range jump shot.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Passes it to Gasol. Poked loose and out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now. These, the new power rankings, they tell a great story. You look at Portland. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And right now, the Spurs, they've started out slow. It's not for a lack of want to. It's just the way the roster is composed. They have as many questions on that roster as they have answers.
Now, here's Richardson. 10 points for him. He kicks it to Ellington. Just 5 to shoot. Now, here's Richardson. He's tightly guarded. Spurs trail by 5. Here is Forbes. It's deflected. San Antonio again turning it over. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for the Spurs.
And clearly, this is a squad that makes its living in the paint. Very few teams are as determined to get the ball inside as much as they are. They aren't going to settle for jump shots. They're going to continue to pound it down low.
Now here's Wade. Dishes to Olynyk. Over Bellinelli. But they recover it. For 3, Ellington. A rebound by the Spurs. Gasol's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And that's a foul. It's called on Wayne Ellington. That's his first foul. Justice Winslow, he's checked in for Josh Richardson. San Antonio also making some changes. Jakob Poeltl comes in for Pau Gasol. And Davis Bertans subbed in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Here is Forbes. Kicks it to Poeltl. Here is Forbes. Wade is covering. Mills passes to Purdy. And it's Miami with the rebound. At one point, they led by 16. To the middle. There's Winslow. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
What a move from Winslow. Definitely gets slapped. Still muscles up the shot, and it goes. You see Justice Winslow get into that low defensive stance. Signals kind of like he did at Duke. Slap the floor and be ready for a defensive possession.
One shot.
That's good from Winslow. And Winslow about 6'7", 225. But Brent, it seems like he plays a lot bigger.
Yeah, it does feel like that sometimes. He gets lots of minutes at the power forward position and tries to rebound like a four. And when he gets it, he can rip it down and run it up the court.
And a look now at the San Antonio Spurs' upcoming schedule. On Saturday, they'll be playing against James Harden and the Houston Rockets. And then on Monday, they'll head out on the road to face the Kings in Sacramento.
And that game against the Clippers, it's the second game of a back-to-back, and you know they're going to be feeling the effects of it. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes a toll.
The first free throw is good. And he can't hit the second. And Bam Adebayo, the 14th overall pick in 2017 out of Kentucky.
Yeah, his name seems to be pretty fitting, right? Like setting screens. Bam. Getting a dunk. Bam. Tremendous athlete. And he can throw it down with some of the best power forwards in the game.
And it's Mills with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. 7-point differential. Bellinelli shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. This is the list of last season's top shooters from the charity stripe. These guys were practically automatic. Well, you look at Bellinelli, 4th in the league, and as consistent as they come at the free throw line.
He was locked and loaded from the free throw line all season. Never suffered through any real lulls in that department.
First free throw is good. He hits both from the stripe. Wade with it. Pass to Adebayo. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Terrific basketball from Wade there to thread the pass to the wide open man for the clean look.
And Mills kicks to Bertans. The pass to Purdy. Now here's Mills. 6 on the shot clock. Bellinelli up top. Shoots from the high post. No good that time. And it's Miami the other way. And even though Father Time Brent has taxed Wade on his athleticism quite a bit, you can still see glimpses of it when it matters most.
That seems to be the way of Wade right now, is waiting for the moments, the bigger moments, to step up
2 shots
and hit big shots or make the right play. He won't make plays as often as he once did throughout the course of a regular season game, but instill some confidence in his teammates on the floor come crunch time.
And he makes the first. So he gets them both.
And they didn't shoot it very well from the line in the first half, but they've gotten much better since halftime, and it's helped them to secure the lead.
Now here's Mills. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
And there's that quickness. Mills trying to do a better job of attacking inside these days.
And Miami making a change here. Dragic is checked in. Free throw good. Mills. Now Dragic. He's got 10. 1:58 left in the third quarter. Lets it go from 11. Here's Adebayo. It's tipped.
Wonderful anticipation from Pirtle on that one, positioning himself perfectly to send that one back.
And with that, the Heat lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Bertans. This trip is his second to the free throw line in this one.
At about an 82% clip a season ago, so I'm sure he'll take those numbers.
.144 left in the third quarter of the game. Wade feeling it out a bit. The step back jumper is good. Wade's got 5 points now in the quarter.
You know that Dwayne Wade relishes any chance he gets to shoot from that area on the floor.
Spurs trail by 5. Mills with it. Now guarded by Dragic. Bellinelli gets the bucket. Bellinelli's got 8 points.
Got to give a ton of credit to the screener there. That was a perfect pick to give his teammate the space to knock down the shot.
Wade outside. 59 seconds left in the third quarter. Takes the 12-footer and hits.
As soon as Wade gets the ball that close to the basket, he's going to take advantage of weak defense and score.
Feeds it to Bellinelli. Olynyk with the steal. To the paint. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And Forbes kicks to Pirtle. And it's Miami with the rebound. Adebayo's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Winslow's shot is off. Spurs trail by 5. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Forbes the pass to Mills. Shoots the 3. Cans it from downtown. He's got 8.
For all the strides he's made in other parts of his game, Mills remains at his heart a dead-eye three-point shooter.
He got it up. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Heat lead by 2. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Spurs. Trailing by 2. On the floor for San Antonio starting the fourth quarter. DeRozan and Gay the wings. Then there's Murray. Then there's Pirtle. And it's Bertans in at the power forward position.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Makes it, and the next one could tie it up. The Heat making a switch here. Magruder's checked in. And it's tied up with that one.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Now here's Dragic. To the middle. Here's Whiteside. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. 10 points for Hassan Whiteside.
Quick elevation for a 5. Makes him deadly on the interior was Whiteside.
Murray kicks to Bertans. Left side, DeRozan. Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
As to Winslow. Over Gay. Winslow's shot is off. Spurs shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Here's DeRozan to take the lead. On the wing, DeRozan. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by DeRozan. James Johnson's checked in for Miami. Richardson comes in for Winslow. The Heat shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Passes to Richardson. He kicks to Whiteside. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Dragic left side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. 16 feet away. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Deflects the pass. Bertans' shot is good.
Interior D lacking, and it couldn't be at a worse time giving up that easy one.
Well, just an incredibly slow rotation. That is someone's responsibility and something they're going to need to discuss.
And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter now. Dragic against Murray. Pass to Richardson. Over Gay. Richardson, good. Richardson's got it all tied up now for the Heat.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Murray, the pass to DeRozan. Bertans kicks to Murray. Gay outside. And there's the pass to Bertans. Doesn't go for him.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
So they take the lead. And the Heat lead by 2.
Just a nice job of sniffing one out right there. Would love to see Johnson try to get a few more of those freebies.
Murray against Dragic. Murray, the pass to Bertans. Outside DeRozan. 6 to shoot. Fires from the line. And the jumper falls for him. DeRozan's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down.
Now a timeout called by Miami.
And with DeRozan getting traded, he said he felt backstabbed by Raptors management after they said he wouldn't be traded. At the end of the day, people will do what's best for their own position, whether they're a GM or a player. But you better believe they'll love DeRozan in Toronto forever, no matter what jersey he wears.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Pau Gasol's checked in for Jakob Poeltl. And Aldridge is subbed in for Davis Bertans. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Eric Spoelstra address the team. He told them, hey, guys, this is a close game, but if we execute right here, I like our chances. There's no need for hero ball. Trust one another. Make the simple play. Kevin, back to you.
Here's Dragic following the score by DeMar DeRozan. Whiteside kicks to Magruder. And Dragic has it in the corner. Good on the triple.
Three-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Now here's DeRozan. Not a lot of room. Aldridge trying to break free. The Spurs rebound. Kicks it out to Gay. Off target from outside. The Heat leading by 3. And here's Richardson. Unloads from 9. Again, the Heat good for 2.
Well, nights like this for this basketball team on the offensive end to have Richardson step up, that takes a ton of pressure off the rest of the team.
Now here's DeRozan. And he drops in the layup off the glass. DeRozan's got 19 points.
No, right now he is locked in. He's getting great shots and he's burning the D in a variety of ways.
Murray against Dragic. There's the dish to Richardson. Over Murray, trying to get open is Johnson. A rebound by Gasol. Gasol's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Gay. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got his 8th assist in the game.
Rudy Gay with great concentration, even with the hand up there. Sees around it, sees through it, still scores.
Now here's Dragic to the right side. The baseline J. Nice spin off the left rim and in. And the Heat lead by 3.
To leave a guy like that wide open from range, big mix-up.
Now here's DeRozan. He dishes it to Aldridge. In the corner, Murray with it. Spurs passing it around to tie it up. Goran Dragic grabs the board. And it's Dragic with the ball for Miami. At one point, they led by 16. Johnson can't get it to go. And the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. That's foul number 2 for him. Spurs trail by 3. DeRozan in the corner. Oh, and the jam by DeRozan.
And you want to talk about high volume scores. Just look at what DeRozan's doing tonight. He's been on a mission, putting his mark on this game in a big way.
And it's the Heat with the ball after the basket by San Antonio. Dragic kicks to Whiteside. Johnson right side. And it's sent back by Aldridge. And he recovers it. It's good. Spurs have gone through the fourth quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. Outside DeRozan. And he banks in the layup. DeRozan's got 12 points now in the quarter.
And all quarter long, he's been zeroed in and knocks down big shot after big shot here in the fourth.
And the foul called on Pau Gasol. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Wayne Wade's checked in for Miami. Outside Dragic. That will fall for his 7th bucket. 7 for 15 in this game. Spurs trail by 3. Outside DeRozan. No good. That would have tied it.
Well, the D looks like they're laying off just a little bit. He made 1 3 in the first half, but they're still daring him to shoot, and he can't make them pay for it.
Here is Whiteside. Wade outside. Shoots over DeRozan. Wade misses.
I'm just wondering why the defense is laying off. Luckily, they didn't pay for their mistake.
Gay trying to break free. That's in, and the Miami lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from DeRozan.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
It's stolen by DeRozan. To take the lead, Gay dishes to Gasol, and stolen by Richardson. Second chance shot, and it's finished off by Wade as he lays it in. Wade's got 9 points here in the second half.
Yeah, certainly an attitude change at halftime after sort of wandering around in the first. He's kicked it into gear here for the second frame.
Now here's DeRozan. Gasol kicks to Aldridge, and the dunk by Aldridge.
Gotta love the overall court awareness. Gasol always knows when there's a wide open teammate ready to shoot, and sometimes makes a dribble to set defenders up before delivering.
Here's Dragic following the bucket by the Spurs. It's Richardson on the wing. Pass to Whiteside. Trying to get open is Johnson. Whiteside, good. And the Heat lead by 3.
And it's nice to see Whiteside stepping up in a big way with buckets like that.
Murray, the pass to DeRozan. Over Wade. Wade with the defensive effort.
And defensively, moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
Some defenses are okay with giving up the mid-range shot. In this case, they contest it.
And they get it back. Good work there as it goes.
Are we sure that's the same player, guys? He looks completely different. What confidence he's playing with, and look how engaged he is on both ends.
Now here's Murray. Steps back and fires. They grab their own miss, and the dunk by Aldridge.
Well, he wants the ball in the big moment. There you go. Aldridge shows he can put the team on his back if they need him.
Dragic kicks to Richardson. Passes it to Wade. Shoots over DeRozan. The shot by Wade, no good. Spurs trail by 3. Gay scanning the floor. Aldridge finds Gay. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. The Heat shooting 47% from the floor. Getting it done. Here's Johnson. And it's sent back by Aldridge.
There's that length and anticipation. Hard to get the ball over Aldridge in that scenario.
And finished off by Gasol.
And you could see the focus on Gasol there. When he gets the ball in those moments, you know he's going to make the shot.
Dragic with it. Now guarded by Murray. Basket good. 19 points for Goran Dragic.
And that's why Goran Dragic is considered elite in this league, by making huge shots like that.
DeRozan against Wade. And DeRozan kicks to Gay. Back to DeRozan. And it's blocked by Whiteside.
When you consider just how long and how big Whiteside is down there, it's not surprising that shot blocking is something he does well.
The Heat leading by 3. And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul of the game. .56 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Wade kicks to Richardson. Dishes it to Whiteside. Money!
And this is why they have him as their star player, Whiteside, with the ability to step up in the clutch.
In the corner, Murray with it. Shoots a 3. Rebound by the Heat. At one point, they led by 16. And now we've got the intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
Well, when it comes to free throws, Dragic is just money from the line.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Was short on those free throws, extending that lead and making it comfortable.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Murray for 3. The rebound by Johnson.
That's just poor shooting right now from him, and I'm not sure why he's even attempting those kind of shots.
Dragic against Murray. Outside Dragic. And so it's the Heat winning this one. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Warren, a pretty good performance you put on tonight in front of the fans.
Yeah, great win for us, for our fans. They were amazing. This kind of games is really enjoying to play, and we are hustling on every play, defense and offense, and I'm really happy that we won that game.
Yeah, I know that's what you thought it would be like when you got here, and it was like that tonight. Congratulations. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you next time.